What if I told you that the ghosts of our past could soon be laid to rest? Could a familiar face return to push the Bears back into contention, reigniting the fire that once burned bright in the Windy City? We all remember how it felt to witness the glory days when players like Peyton, Ehrlicher, and Hester graced the turf at Soldier Field, casting a legacy so deep it still reverberates through our veins. But the darkness of missed opportunities and painful seasons looms tall, and fans need answers now more than ever. So here's the kicker. Hit that like button, subscribe for every pulse-pounding moment, and let me know, are you ready for an electrifying shakeup that could change everything? It's not just another all-season chatter. Whispers from the shadows are swirling, fueling the flames of speculation. Inside sources suggest that a name we once knew could emerge from the depths of last year's disappointments. Could the Bears be welcoming back a player who could serve as a linchpin in our drive for glory? There's been talk, folks, hushed conversations, glances exchanged between coaches during late night. Strategy sessions have sparked intrigue around a possible return for none other than Demarcus Walker. Yes, you heard me right. Walker could be lacing up those cleats once again for the Bears. How does this impact not only our defensive line, but the entire locker room? This isn't just a statistic or roster addition. We're talking about a guy who once lit up defenses, a player with versatility and grit that echoes our storied identity. Imagine him rejoining a unit that's been desperately searching for cohesion and a forward push. This is more than just X's and O's. It's emotional, it's personal, and it ties back to a history that's rich with heartache. After years of striving, dreaming of lifting that trophy, Walker's presence could be the fuel for the fire we've needed. Feeling anxious? Good. So am I. What if this move propels us to dominate our division? What if it brings out a chemistry that's been missing, allowing our defense to wreak havoc on opposing offenses? But wait! What if it all goes sideways? What happens if the Walker that returns is not the Walker we loved? Would the shadows of past failures seep back into Hollis Hall, once again prolonging our agony? We could be opening a Pandora's box, unleashing expectations, or crushing our hopes with a single play. The tension is palpable. The stakes couldn't be higher. Can you feel that chill racing down your spine, Bears fans? We stand on the brink of uncertainty, and the future of our beloved franchise hangs in the balance. So as we inch closer to camp, gear up, buckle in for the ride, because the answer to our questions isn't just around the corner. It's lurking ominously, and the next moves could redefine who we are. And trust me, this saga is just beginning. Stay tuned, because Part 2 is looming ever closer. Listen up, Bears Nation. We're standing at the edge of a precipice right now, just like we were back in 2010 when that Super Bowl seemed within reach, only to watch it slip through our fingers like a cold winter wind slicing across Lake Michigan. This isn't just another year. It's a crossroads, a moment that echoes through the very halls of Hollis, like the ghosts of all those heartbreaks before us back-to-back gut-wrenching fourth-quarter meltdowns, double doinks that haunt your sleep at night, and the ever-present shadow of our NFC North rivals ravaging our dreams. You tell me, are we going to let this moment pass, or are we willing to fight tooth and nail for redemption? This team carries the weight of history on its back, where legends like Singletary and Ehrlicher etched their names into the annals of football immortality. They didn't just play the game. They bled for this team, and now we find ourselves wondering if the heart of the Bears still beats strong within our current roster. Look, here's the hard truth. As the wind whistles through the city streets, there's a sense that something's simmering beneath the surface. Our locker room is a powder keg of expectation and doubt. Players know they're being watched, scrutinized by ruthless fans, and an unforgiving press. And the whispers are growing louder. Will this be another year of missed opportunities, or are we finally bracing for that long overdue breakthrough? But what if those very fears fuel a fire igniting our team's spirit? Now imagine if we could summon the relentless tenacity of those golden years, channeling it into our current squad that's teetering on the brink of promise and despair. It makes you wonder how the front office feels as they sit across from their desks at Hollis Hall, the same desks that have seen so many greats come and go. They look at their draft picks and free agent pickups, pondering connections to the past. Is this the rebirth of the monsters of the Midway, or are they simply chasing shadows? You feel the tension in the air. Even our rivals, the Packers, with their snide smirks, the Lions reveling in their own fleeting successes, and the Vikings lurking with unsettling confidence, are aware of how critical this moment is. They smell our desperation, just waiting for us to fumble the ball once more, to allow them to feast on our frailty, like wolves closing in on an injured deer. But history, with all its pain and glory, begs for us to remember. We're the Chicago Bears, and each time we found ourselves deep in the pits, we've clawed our way back, battered but unbroken. Think back to 1985, when a band of misfits turned into a unit feared by every opponent, striking terror in their hearts. Today we cling to those memories like a lifeline, hoping against hope that lightning can strike twice. With every snap of the ball, every roar of the crowd, that haunting feeling remains, echoing louder than before. Will this be the year we finally put the ghosts of 2006 and 2018 to rest? As the clock winds down, every game feels like a battleground, a microcosm of this long-suffering franchise's struggle. Can we shift the narrative? Can we finally turn the page? You could feel the doubt creeping in like lake wind off Soldier Field in December, threatening to freeze our shared hopes in their tracks. And yet, here we stand on the cusp of something monumental. The questions echo like a war cry. Are we strong enough to carry the legacy, to seize it with both hands, and to claim our rightful place among the greats? The anticipation is electric, almost unbearable. What if this season is the catalyst to shake the foundations of the NFL? What if, just as our past champions roared their way through, we push back against the tides of history and rise? This is more than just football. This is our heartbeat. This is everything we've ever hoped for, and it's all hanging by a thread. Can you feel that? Can you feel the chaos brewing beneath the surface, a boiling pot ready to overflow? Are we going to shrink back in fear, or will we unleash the full fury of what it means to be a Chicago Bear? Let's give it everything we have. Will you step up and embrace the storm that's brewing? Will we let our shared dreams morph into the relentless pursuit of victory, or will we fold under the weight of past failures? The answer lies right here, right now. Buckle up, because the ride is just beginning, and we're either going to soar or crash and burn. The time for waiting is over. The time for battling for glory is upon us. Let's raise our glasses and declare, not just as fans, but living, breathing embodiments of this legacy. May this year finally break the cycle of despair and finally return to what we know best: victory.